In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 reasons why INFPs struggle to create things. We have all these amazing ideas, but like actually making them sensorial, like manifesting them, doing them in the real world is quite a struggle. And then after we talk about the 4 conflicts that we have, we can flip that into how we can actually get things done. How I've learned to use my personality type in a way that makes it easier to accomplish the goals that I have and make these big dreams more of a reality. So first of all, we have a conflict with our inner world and expressing it in the outer world. Not just because introverted feeling has this like depth of kinesthetic, felt sense, understanding of who we are, but like when you try to translate that to language, no word encapsulates all of what we're trying to bring in, right? But not that. That is one thing, but not that. It's because like when we make something, if it doesn't really resonate with who we are as a person, like if it's not a very perfect representation of the thing that we want to express, and then somebody else has some negative feedback about it, or it offends somebody else, then we're like, well, I shouldn't have even brought that out in the first place. Like, why did I even talk about that? You know, that was dumb of me. I'm just gonna keep it in. I'm not gonna express it. So there's this conflict, this hesitation with bringing things out into the external world, crossing the externalization filter, as I heard someone named David Snyder talk about, which is, I think, a very nice concept. You know, the externalization filter is like, there's stuff going on inside, but once you actually bring it out into the outer world, then you can see it and you can engage with it, and it's different. It's always different in the outer world. And so one of the first things that we can do is to actually bridge that gap. But we'll talk more about that later. Another conflict that we have is we are extroverted intuitives. And so we have these like fantastical, explosive ideas. We're like idea batteries. Like there's always some new idea jumping from one thing to another thing. And it's really, really cool. But we get distracted. We have this plan to go from here to here. I don't know which way the camera's going. From one direction to our goal, right? We have the plan, but then we hit this new idea node. This new thing comes in, this new stimulus, and we're like, oh, let me follow that a little bit. And then it just branches out into fireworks all over the place. And we're like, oh, it could be this way and this way and this way. And what if I do this? And so we have like thousands and thousands of different potential ways that the ideas could go. And that stops us from taking action because we don't know which is the right one to take often, because they all seem to have some good merit to them or some potential. And then our introverted sensing is, for us, you know, it's about like creating habits and sticking to things. And there's this physical comfort zone of like, man, this garbage truck is driving me nuts. This physical comfort zone of like, I want to do the same thing. I want to eat the same stuff all the time. I want to follow the same path. And when I do, this garbage truck is following me. Oh, never mind. Okay. Now it's gone, of course, when I stand up. And it's hard to get momentum. We have this like habit gravity that I heard Eben Pagan talk about, which is like, it's slowing us down. It's keeping us from creating more because it's so heavy and so easy to lean into our introverted sensing that says, just do what's comfortable, do what feels good, maybe do what feels right, but it's more about like just sticking with the routines that we've always had. And oftentimes those don't serve us because, you know, if they did, then we would be living the amazing lives that we want, right? Because we would already be doing the things that are prerequisite for us to achieve those goals. And another one, before we start talking about how we can flip this, is our extroverted thinking, the commander within our personality type, is about getting things done, achieving goals, strategizing, right? Following a task list and checking things off and things like that, delegating tasks, resource management. You want me to keep going? Is it painful enough? And like we just have a limited bandwidth with that. And it feels against contrast to our introverted feeling, our soul. Like if we want to do something, we feel this is the authentic thing that I want to do. This is me. This is what's really important to me. And then we need to think about money and how long it's going to take and how the actual steps to achieve it. It just sucks all the fun out of it, sucks all the life out of it. And so we fight that too. And we have an inferiority complex around it, which is, it's like, oh, I'm not good at this, so I guess I'll just not do it. I'll wait for life to align to my values and life to align to what I want. And I'll wait for everything to be, perfect and resonate with me before I take the actions. And unfortunately, as I've learned, it doesn't quite happen that way. It's life is never going to be at the perfect time for things to happen. We need to take actions to make sure that they do happen. So, because we have the understanding of why we struggle with those, then we can actually take actions to use that understanding and make it easier on ourselves. So with our soul, introverted feeling, your values, if you find a way to align this creative project or your life, like I'm going to be an author or an artist or save the whales or whatever you want to do, if you align that to your values, you cannot be stopped. You will find a way of doing it because it becomes important. It's your why. It becomes attached to your identity. And if it's attached to your identity, then you make time for it. And you sacrifice things like watching Netflix or playing games or going out or whatever it is in order to get those important things done. So use your soul. And then your explorer, it's got that amazing creative energy, where it finds a new idea and it's like, oh, let's do it. It gets really excited, so use that. You're gonna want to go down all these different paths and explore different possibilities. I know. And it's important to allow yourself time to do that too, but also use that energy. Like if you find yourself interested in something, then take immediate action on that, get a felt sense of it, and either continue or don't, but you'll actually have taken action on it. It's not about planning the long game and making sure everything's all set up clearly. It's about using that perceiver starburst energy and the star power energy and taking a lot of excited action. And that is the biggest hit of novelty that you'll have, because you'll actually be accomplishing things, you'll be doing things, and your explorer is like, oh, this is new, this is novel, this is entertaining, this actually creates a life that I wasn't imagining, because it's so different. Because once you start taking those actions, everything can change. And then introverted sensing, your guardian, the one that's always looking to the past and implementing strategies. I mentioned habits before. So set up habits that emerge have you emerge into the kind of person that you want to be. I've mentioned this before, and it's important to keep repeating these things. If you want to be an author, you need to write. An author writes. An artist does art in some way. A creator creates. It's not just about being creative, it's about creating, it's about doing the thing. If you don't do that, then that's a problem, because you're not going to achieve that identity. And so create habits that are going to help you live that kind of life that you want. I don't know which way to face. This tree is beautiful, so maybe I'll be over here, but it's kind of dark. And then our commander, extroverted thinking. I mentioned we have a limited bandwidth for it. So make sure that you have just a couple tasks, just 3 things to do for the day, 3 main important goals, chunks, actions that you're going to take. And when you finish it, check it off the list. Your commander will love you for that. Your commander will be like, oh, thank you. Thank you for actually paying attention to me for once. Because the commander is there to help us create the lifestyle that is going to help us be ourselves and live the kind of life that we want. If you ignore the commander, if you don't get things done, if you don't, make progress on your goals and you're just waiting for the perfect time for everything to align to yourself and your values, then you're ignoring your commander and it's going to explode somewhere in your life, possibly through passive aggressiveness or little bursts of rage or something like that. Not at other people, but punching a wall or punching yourself or something. That's not good. You don't want to do that. So make sure that you do that. You check things off the list. You get things done that are related to your goals and your values. And your whole psyche will be proud of you and happy for accomplishing goals that are tied to your creative pursuits. And if you want my help with it, there are a couple ways you can go about it. The first one is to go to evolve.geekpsychology.com, which we have a community, a group there, mainly INFPs, and you get access to all my courses, pretty much all my courses. I think there are like 10 in there, and we do monthly workshops, and you get DM access to me, and we have periodic 2 Q&A hangout calls a month as well. So that's one way, or you can work with me directly. You can go to coaching.geekpsychology.com. It's a bit more expensive, but that's what happens for one-on-one, one-on-one access and stuff like that. But I would love to help you out. You can also just continue to watch my videos or other people's videos and work on yourself and keep me updated too, because I am genuinely excited for INFPs actually becoming activated and making progress on all of their awesome dreams, because I do believe that that is the way that the world will be helped, is through more people like us doing only the things that we can do. Good luck, have fun. Peace.